our signature segment, See the Stories on the 3-Hour News Show. Now today, we will dive into a topic that resonates with our lives. Self-discovery. Oh my God. Self-discovery is the process of introspection and self-exploration that allows individuals to uncover their true selves. Are you ready?
I'm gonna be ready. We have to be ready, okay? So it involves a deep dive into one's thoughts, feelings, desires, and motivations. Self-discovery is not a one-time event, but an ongoing journey that evolves throughout one's life.
That's actually true. And today, we will discuss more about self-discovery with our guest, an illustrator and author, Puty Puar, who released a book entitled Self-Improve Me. And this book aims to help us to know ourselves better and appreciate our unique ways of progressing in life. But Puty, thank you so much for joining us.
Hello.
Thank you so much.
And I reckon this is not your first time in the studio, is it?
Yeah, it's my third time.
Your third.
Oh, you know.
You're not new to the show.
Yeah, you're not.
So, first thing first, could you please give us a sneak peek of the book Self-Improved Me?
Yeah. Okay, so this is not my first time here, but this is my first time actually talking about my book. Previously, I was talking about like motherhood and like climate, but this one, this is very special. Thank you so much for having me. So sneak peek, this book is recently published by Penguin Random House Southeast Asia. And it is now available across Southeast Asia. This book, as you can see, it's a self-improvement book. It's a non-fiction book, and as you mentioned, because I'm an illustrator, this non-fiction self-improvement book is full of illustration. It comes with a concept, like a theory of what you mentioned as self-discovery, but it also comes with some like small progress, progress.
I love it.
And then it comes with tables and templates, something that you can like directly do how you would improve yourself in your life.
This is how I like my book, you know, not just writings,
Yeah.
but have
But also-
illustrations and
yes,
everything.
yes.
And it's like an activity as well, right?
Yes.
Drawings
Do something.
inside. So you're actually a complete package, because this is your third time coming to the studio, while before you were talking about motherhood, talking about climate, and this book, Self-Improved Me. What prompted you to make this book?
Yeah, actually, one of my first reason to write this book is my realization that these days, I think it's harder and harder for us to focus, especially to focus on ourselves, right? Did you remember the last time you sit down with yourself and think about what you really actually want to do in life?
You probably did that during New Year's Eve.
I did. I did, but I was actually thinking blank. I was just staring at the sea and just think nothing.
For me, it might be a little bit harder because I have kids, right? So like in my head would be like my husband, my kids. Sometimes you just forget about myself.
Yes,
right?
Exactly. That's why, and it's it's even harder because we are surrounded by social media. Sometimes you think that, oh yeah, my definition of success is when I have a stable job. But then you see, oh, your friends becoming a freelancer, working from Bali, and you said, oh, I want a life like that.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's just distracted you. What actually you really want to do with your life? What is your win? And I think for mothers, it's even harder because we tend to compare not only ourselves, but also the children's, right? Like, oh, my friends' children, now they can do this, they can do that, they can like speak three language, but do I actually want my kids to achieve that? It's something that, we hardly think about. And I think that's the self-discovery is about, like really thinking about how you are actually have progress in your life, where you actually want to go, and is it really what you want? I think that's the whole process of self-discovery.
Ooh, a lot to think about, right? Okay, but your previous book was Empowered Me, which is basically about motherhood, right? So do you think it's related to this one? It's like a continuity or?
It's more like when I talk with Penguin, because the previous one is in Bahasa Indonesia and published by a national publisher. When I offered the book to Penguin, and they said that, oh, you actually have a lot of illustration, which is very interesting. Not because when you say mother, it will limit the people who will read it, because actually because you have illustration, and I think it's also important not only for mothers but also for people in general, because I think everyone compares themselves with other people on the internet, right?
Yeah.
So Penguin said that, okay, you should adapt it and make it more accessible or more like for everyone.
So it speaks for everyone. Okay.
So this book has been quite daunting for me.
After this,
Yes, from what you've explained to us, it sounds like something that we have never touched in our daily life as an adult. I don't know if you agree.
We don't want to touch it.
We don't want to touch
Yeah.
it because we don't want to compare ourselves, like our current self, with ourselves that we thought we would be, right? But this book about exploring self-discovery. But how did you define it, and why this topic matters? Why this topic important?
yeah, because I think it relates to what you mentioned, that it's very hard to define self-discovery, right? Sometimes we think that it only happens to teenagers, like you were on the phase where you would like to know yourself,
Exactly
or
what I
discover
thought.
yourself. Yeah, but actually it's a never-ending process, right? It's something that, like for example, when you become a mother, you will have another life, you will become like another person, or even if you change job,
Yeah.
if you move to another place.
Oh, that's exactly true.
Yeah, so,
Exactly.
and I think the thing about us is that first we tend to compare, the first one that we already
Yes.
agree, but then the second one is that it's hard for us to change, and sometimes it's the lack of willingness to unlearn, like things, because you have been doing or you have been understanding yourself. Like for example, maybe you always think that, oh, all my life I've been an ambitious person. And then suddenly you get married, and then you have children, and you think there's a shift in your priority, right? And then you think, oh, okay, maybe my definition of success is not anymore becoming like a director or vice president. Maybe it's like when my kids are happy or my husband are like well taken care of. But sometimes it's hard to unlearn the dream. You sometimes still see that, oh yeah, now I'm a mother, but I'm less successful. But it's not less successful. It's just you are like, there's a journey, it's a new journey to discover. That's why I think the idea of self-improve me is really to, first you write down, try to figure out what you actually really want, where you are. So this book, like for example, has a template, which is very often I share, is about will. It's called Wheel of Life. So Wheel of Life is a practical template where you again sit down and take some time for yourself and think about how you would score the aspect of life. Like for example, how are you, Hans? And you say that, oh, I'm fine, but which part is fine? Like maybe financially fine. But what about your mental well-being?
Oh,
What
that's
about
even more scary.
what about your relationship to the others?
Yeah.
What about like your sense of contribution to the community? It's something that to think about, right?
Yeah.
So like really, you start with yourself and think about what kind of aspect would you like to give more priority to, and then how you would, in a way, measure it, and then how you would again come back to that, evaluate and reflect. Because I think self-improve me comes in the sense of new year, new me. But I
Yes.
think most people forgot, like, what about last year resolution?
Yeah.
Did you reflect on that? Did you evaluate that? Did you learn something from that? Yeah. Oh, seems like a very...
That's a lot. And basically, if you read this book, you have to sit down and
Yeah.
you know
Yeah, you have
a
to
me
take,
time and
yeah, like a dedicated time
Yeah.
to actually evaluate yourself and read this book and do all the tasks that's being given to you
But
from this
yeah,
book.
but don't worry, it's a lot of full of illustration. But
Yeah.
yeah, some people said that it's the illustration makes it softer. I mean, like it's kind of easier to digest, but
Yeah.
sometimes it makes also people think. Like you see that there are like flowers,
Yeah.
like in the bushes, and then there are flowers like this, and then oh, you're so pretty, and so you are, but it's just we
Oh,
are
yeah.
blooming differently. So people kind of get the true illustration, so it's easier for
it's
them.
like it's a serious matter, guys, but we're gonna make it
Yeah,
fun. So again, so I guess you can say that this book aims to help us know ourselves better and appreciate our unique ways of progressing in life. Like you said, everyone progressed differently, different pace as well. So can you share some of the key strategies and techniques to that you discuss in the book for us to embark on a new self-discovery?
Okay, the first one again, to sit down and put some time to write, and then I would suggest this wheel of life.
Okay.
Because you really know where you are, right? And then after that, you will have better understanding about which part of life you should prioritize. Like maybe, you're already successful in terms of financial or career, but maybe you feel that, my connection with my family maybe needs more priority. Then you can put it as part of your goals. Like on near-term goals, I need to and then the second one is to make the priority in a smart ways. I think it's quite common that people make it like specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based.
Yeah.
That's how we can like think, are we progressing well or not? And then what this book invite the readers as well is then to track the progress. Because sometimes there's a template for this. So sometimes I think the easiest example is, I would like to be healthier this year. But how would you turn it into like smart goals? Maybe you would like to go jogging twice a week. But then comes end of year, and then you don't feel any healthier. Why? If you track your progress, you can understand.
You can understand
it's empty.
why.
Yeah. So that's I think it's just a template, but you can as well as use your application like Strava or Google Fit or something like that. You can just track your progress, and then the last part, which I think I also mentioned, is something that people tend to forget, is evaluation, like how you reflect. Did you achieve what you would achieve, or actually if you failed, what kind of lesson did you take? Maybe it's not you, maybe it's the universe. For example, you wanted to do something and then pandemic happened. It's something that out of your control, right? So you don't have to blame it on yourself. But I think it's still important to like reflect, maybe it's not me, maybe it's the others. It's something beyond my control or not. But yeah, evaluation. So yeah, write your own goals, make priority, track your progress, and evaluate.
Well, this is actually a very good time, a very good timing for you to get this book and also put on some evaluation in yourself, and as well as planning your development in the coming year.
Yes.
Because this comes after a lot of challenges in the previous year, and also a lot of new ventures or new targets in the coming year. But we are set for another quick break, and when we come back, we'll continue our talk about self-improved with Puty Puar, still on this See the Source segment on the 3 Hour News Show. Don't go anywhere.